for the newly launched Today's Delta online research tool. I thank everyone for joining us on this call because we consider this one of the more exciting announcements that we've had in the past year. We've been working on this for a number of years to build this tool out, and so we're excited to be presenting this to you. Over the course of the next 20 minutes or so, I will be explaining the kind of overarching purpose and our vision behind the Today's Delta research tool, Chairman Massengale's vision for launching this application, and then walk you through the actual tool online to show you some of the uses that we see as being utilitarian for the Delta region. So again, I want to emphasize that when we built out this tool, we see it as an important, very valuable tool for helping educators, economic developers, community leaders, students, researchers, and the media in accessing the kind of data and information that they need about Delta counties and parishes to conduct good research, but also to make good decisions about economic development, about policies, and then to simply be competitive in today's world. When Chairman Massengale came on as federal co-chairman, he really wanted dra.gov and the Delta Regional Authority as an agency to be considered a one-stop shop for all information that is the Delta region. And this is really a next step. Some communities and some organizations even have to hire a consultant just to do that work. And so what we see this Today's Delta online research tool being is a resource to help alleviate some of that stress and to alleviate some of those resources that would otherwise have to be expended on consultant fees or time and staff resources to conduct this research. So what we have here is the culmination of what was originally in 2012 a publication that we did called Today's Delta that highlighted some of the major demographic and economic indicators that tell the story of our region, or at least help to tell the story. We then did a reprint of that information this April 2015, and then this past month we launched the Today's Delta online research tool. I'd like to give a special thanks to Jim Youngquist and his team at the Institute for Economic Advancement, who have helped us to not only gather all this data, but to build out this online platform that allows you to conduct this research. We see this research as being relevant, updated, and useful to you as our Delta region stakeholders and partners. And we have made a commitment as DRA staff and DRA leadership to continue to keep this data relevant, updated, and useful, as I said. We will be continuing this partnership and continuing to build this out. So when you're looking at this tool and its utility, we really recognize that the need for data and good data to tell a story is crucial in this competitive world. And so we're hoping that although this tool won't allow you to tell the full story, it will help you at least build that story out, building a correct, accurate picture of the challenges, the strengths, and the opportunities that we have in our Delta communities. Finally, I'd like to encourage not only today during the Q&A session, but also as you're using the tool and as you're playing around with the tool and learning and gathering information from the tool, please give us feedback on what's good about it, what's bad about it, what can be improved, and other ideas that you may have that we can expand upon to grow this tool into something that's very, very useful for all of our partners. You can contact me directly, Spencer Lucker, at my email of Slucker, S-L-U-C-K-E-R, at dra.gov, or my phone number is 202-744-3558. You can also contact Chairman Massengill directly, and if he were on the line, he would give you this information as well. But Chairman Massengill can be reached at cmassengill, M-A-S-I-N-G-I-L-L, at dra.gov. Please contact us if you have any issues. We will be happy to troubleshoot those with you, or discuss simply, how you can best use the tool. So without further ado, moving into the actual tool, what you see on your screen is the Today's Delta page that has a full space within our resources section of dra.gov. You can see here that we are holding these two webinars. Both of these webinars will be uploaded onto YouTube, so that you can send the YouTube link to a colleague or one of your staff members to watch, and so that they understand better how to use the tool as well. We also have here the publication that was put out in April of this year. You can, when clicking on that, it'll take you directly to an active link that allows you to not only browse through the publication, but also zoom in and share it with colleagues, share it on social media. This publication provides a lot of the aggregate statistics of the region based on states and the DRA region within each of our states. And then finally, you have right here the tool. You will see, if you maximize your screen, you will see that the map is the map of the region, including our states with their counties that are not in the region. And then there are these boxes here that identify the state as a whole, the DRA's counties and parishes within that state, and then the counties and parishes within that state that are not within the DRA's footprint. And finally, up here you have U.S. total, which when clicked gives the national average for a particular indicator, the DRA region, which is the 252 counties and parishes within our footprint, and then all those counties and parishes within our 8-state region that are not within the DRA footprint. So if you come down here, you see select up to 4 regions to compare. Currently, this tool only allows for you to select 4 regions or counties at a time. What does a region mean? A region can be any one of these titles here, or a particular county. So as you see, as you can see, as you scroll over the counties, they will highlight as well, and you can click those counties as well. And so I'm going to walk you through a couple of scenarios of how you can use this tool. So when selecting, let's say we want to compare simply 4 small counties. You are a community leader in Pulaski County, Arkansas, and you're wanting to, Pulaski County, Arkansas, and you're wanting to see how Little Rock and its surrounding communities are comparing directly to some of the other capital cities and metropolitans in the region. So you want to look at Shelby County, which is Memphis, Tennessee. You want to look at Orleans Parish, which is New Orleans, Louisiana. And then say you want to look at Jackson, Mississippi, which encompasses 3 counties, is inclusive of 3 counties, but say we want to look at Rankin County, Mississippi. So when you click on those 4 counties, they will highlight to show that you have those selected, as well as you can also see that they are in this write-in box here. So once those those counties or regions are selected, you can scroll down and you see that the data begins to populate. So the data will show up initially just for population, and you can see there that it compares the total population and all the demographic information for Pulaski County, Shelby County, Orleans Parish, and Rankin County, so that you can compare across. And then you can also look down to see how each of those indicators compare. If you're looking for other data, you simply click on the plus sign for, say, educational attainment or for families, and that allows you to see poverty statistics across those counties, health statistics across those counties. And then if you'd like to look at the full picture, how do these counties compare amongst all indicator groups, you would come up here to expand all and click on that button, and it will provide you with all of that information to view as you scroll down. If you no longer want to see all of the indicator groups, you simply click collapse all and it will pull it all back. So again, that's how you would do 4 counties. Let's demonstrate another group. So say you are say you're an official with Louisiana Economic Development, and you're wanting to compare Louisiana's economic development strategy and reality to Mississippi's economic development strategy. You can click on Louisiana total, and it will highlight the entire state. You would then click on Mississippi total, and maybe you want to compare with 2 other states. So say Missouri and Illinois. This will allow you to see the state totals for all of these demographic and economic data points, as you can see here. And then also say you're a county official and you're simply wanting to see how you compare to the rest of your state and to the nation. Say you pick, let's see, Barber County, Alabama. You can click on Barber County, Alabama. You can look how your county compares to the rest of the DRA region in the Alabama Black Belt, the state as a whole, and then you can come up here and look at how it compares to national figures. And when you come down here to the indicators, you can see there that you read across as the county statistic, the DRA region statistic, the state data point, and then the national figure. And you can scroll down and see all of these again by clicking on each of the indicator groups. Families being specifically focused on poverty, health being health access as well as health outcomes, economics being unemployment rate, median household income, transfer payments, and such, and then housing being the availability of renter-occupied housing units. And so, so that is how you select different regions and counties and parishes within the tool. Another really great feature, as I discussed earlier, is we really wanted a way for you to compile this information and take it with you. So say you've done this research about Barber County and how it compares to the state and the nation, but you need to take that information to a presentation or use it in a meeting that you're having with a potential business that's looking to locate in Barber County. You can print a full report of this off by going to the print button. You can type in a document title, say Barber County's economic opportunities. You click OK, and again, this will be different if you're on a Windows platform. I'm currently on a Mac, but it will bring up a print to window, which, as you can see, creates a PDF that is easily readable and usable in presentations and meetings to convey this information. And so you'll see that the title that I typed in goes across the top. It also has the date of printing, and then if you come down to the last page, this is especially important for students, educators, and other researchers. We have automatically populated a source line for any bibliographies or footnotes that automatically populates the date that this information was retrieved. And you can print that or obviously save it as a PDF. And then I believe I wanted to touch on a couple more things. So another great feature about this tool is that it is designed to be completely mobile friendly. If you go to the Today's Delta tool on your, say, smartphone or iPad, it will look just as it does on your computer screen. The only difference is that because of size constraints, the map may not show up. However, that's where this type-in bar comes into play, and just as you can on your computer, you can type into the box on your phone or tablet. Say Franklin County, Illinois, and you see that, and you just click enter, and it will go ahead and add. And then you maybe want Kentucky total. You can see that and click on Kentucky's full state, and it will, just as if you're clicking on the map, it will populate that information in the tool below. This is also important to note that you do not have to select 4 regions. You can select one region just to get quick information on a particular county or state. You can click 2, 3, or the 4 max. But again, noting that you cannot click more than 4 regions at a time. We are currently working on, actually from feedback during the last webinar, we're working on a user manual that we'll be publishing in the coming months, and as well as a few other pieces that came from that feedback. The other thing I wanted to point out is that this is not just about DRA counties. This is really a resource for the entire state. You can also select counties that are outside the DRA region to compare to counties within the DRA region. So, you know, in the case that you're on the border of our footprint, maybe in Wright County, Missouri, but you still need to, you still need to look at your neighbors who are outside. So you can still click on Webster County, Dallas County, and LaSede County, Mississippi, to compare that group or that region of the state. And so that's really those are really the main points that I wanted to identify within the demonstration. I'd also like to emphasize that that as you're playing around with this, we really want this to be a living tool and a living application. When you achieve successes in using this tool to gather certain data or tell a story, please give me that feedback, because we're hoping to feature success stories of how people have used the tool on the website, so that someone new coming to the website who knows nothing about the tool can not only watch the webinar, read the user manual, but they can also see how other community leaders, other educators, other economic developers are using this tool for their purposes and to bring economic opportunity to the region. So I believe that concludes the demonstration. We will now open up for questions, and I will do my best to answer them where I can. If you have questions, please type those into the question box or raise your hand so that I can give you the floor. So the first question is, let's see. So what is the first question is from Rick Ranson. What is the base year used to determine population increase and decrease? That raises a very good point, and I'm going to get you the answer right now, but it also raises the good point that we are currently working on populating the source information for each of the indicators so that that is available as well. That is something that is directly available within the Today's Delta publication that you can access online. We have not uploaded that to the tool yet, which we are working on now. For the population data, it is based on U.S. Census Bureau Population Division, the 2013 estimates that were released in March 2014. And again, you can see that in clicking on the online version of the publication or downloading it as a PDF. But again, we will be adding that information to be populated in the tool in the coming months. That also raises another good point in that the population information that is currently in there is based on 2013 estimates that were released last March. We will be, as I mentioned, we want to keep this updated, a living tool. So we will be updating this information as the population data comes out again. We'll be updating them in chunks based on their indicator group. Rick, I hope that answers your question. Moving on to the next question. How often is this data updated? I addressed this a little bit just a second ago, but we will be updating hopefully in 6-month increments, but we are also evaluating our capacity to update them as those data sets come available. But again, we're still trying to figure that out. We will most likely be doing outreach directly to alert people that updated statistics are available. But again, once we get those source tags up, those will be a good way to ensure that you're getting the most accurate and up-to-date information that is available. Next question is, will labor force data be included in data available? We currently do not have labor force information in there. However, that is definitely something that we can take a look at, Milton, and evaluate our ability to gather that information and build in a new section within the tool. So note is taken, and again, we're taking notes on all of this feedback. This is good for us because this is our initial launch. So please know that your questions that I can't answer yet, but I'm saying are good ideas, these are going directly into the pipeline for our updates and expansion of the tool. The next question is from John Olson. Does the data include census tract information such as CT numbers and their income levels? We are currently not operating on census tract level, only county and parish, and then state, and then from that the state and regional levels. But we're working on county level information. Census tract data is definitely available. It was a little larger in scope than we initially were working on, but we will add that to the list of recommendations for the next expansion. Thanks, John. So do we have any other questions? I believe I've addressed all those so far. So please feel free to, we have a few more minutes for any questions that people may have. While we're waiting for questions to come in, I'd also like to offer that I'm happy to send to any of you on the call today a hard copy of the Today's Delta publication. Please just shoot me an email if you're interested in having one of those publications in your office or to travel with. Shoot me an email at slucker@dra.gov. That's S as in Spencer, L-U-C-K-E-R @dra.gov, and I will mail you a copy of Today's Delta. I can't email a lot, or I can't send a lot to a lot of people just because we only have a limited number. but I do encourage you to being environmentally friendly, to also feel free to download it online, to have on your computer and easily accessible for the online application. So if there are not any other questions, and I don't see any hands raised, I'm gonna go ahead and make a few parting comments, and then we'll close the session out. But a few other pieces of feedback that we are planning on looping in. We are, as I said, working on developing a user manual. We are also looking at ways to expand the levels of indicators from just county, parish, region, state, and national, looking at opportunities to identify statistics across local development districts, the planning and development districts, as well as congressional districts. So that is a project that we are looking into now. And I also, in parting, I wanted to make sure that everyone understands exactly how to reach this tool. So you can, as I said, go to dra.gov, and under resources, it's here as today's Delta. But we also have an easily navigable medallion on our homepage. So if you go to just dra.gov, you can see the medallion right here, today's Delta, which will take you directly to the web page. You can also type in dra.gov/today's-delta. We've made a vanity URL that makes it that much easier to include in an email or to print. Again, that's dra.gov/today's without an apostrophe -delta. So you can access it there as well. And finally, if on the home page, you can click on resources and see it right there. So if there are, I just received one more question. Is there any way that info in EDA's cluster mapping can be incorporated into this website? Diana, thanks for the question. That's definitely a good question. We have not looked into that yet, but we will consider the capacity of our website. But we can definitely at least include EDA's cluster mapping tool as a link to our site in the meantime. I know that's an incredibly useful tool that we use at DRA as well as our local development districts. So we will add that to our list of opportunities for the tool. So without any other questions, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us for the call. Again, we would appreciate any and all of your feedback on what's working with the tool, what can be improved upon with the tool, and then please share your success stories so that we can both use this to expand upon what the tool is able to offer, but also to better explain what the tool can provide to new users and to new people that have recently moved to the region. So everyone, thank you. Feel free to contact me again, Spencer Lucker at slucker, SLUCKER @dra.gov, and my phone number is 202-744-3558. I will be sending around a link to the recording as it is on YouTube by the end of the week. And again, please feel free to email any further questions. Have a great day.